Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hey, Russ, good morning to you. Hey, Toby, I got the same question you got. Trump has a habit of saying people are great who do very deplorable things, but that's not a coincidence. Hey, Tawana, how are you, beautiful? Hey, AJ. Hey, Tiffany. Russ, I hope you heard me. Good morning, handsome. Hey, Michael. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, handsome. Hey, Quiet Storm. Hey, Jenny, good morning. Hey, Julie, good morning. Hey, Juicy, good morning. Now, I know you may be wondering, why do I have this Where's Trump symbol up here? Thank you all so much this morning. You may be wondering why that's up here. Well, that's up here because apparently Donald Trump has nothing planned. Hold on, there are no White House events. Hold on, I had just seen this. Hold on, let me go back to what I saw, which is kind of odd. Donald Trump has not been seen in days. He has no public appearances scheduled this weekend at all. Why? Why? I know where my mind goes. We've been seeing this swollen ankles and swollen legs, bruise on hand. There's obviously some other health things that the White House is not telling us. So it makes me wonder if we're not seeing Trump because Trump may not be passing. You understand? Meaning you can tell he's sick. That's what it has me wondering, if that's why nobody knows where he is and no events are planned. Trump loves the spotlight. So my question is, where's the president of the United States? No, I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that. I don't think that he's passed. I think he could be sick. It could be, they don't want it to be like this. That's what they're trying to avoid. Just so y'all know, the White House is trying to avoid a weekend at Bernie's situation. But it doesn't matter anyway, because they technically already have a weekend at Bernie's situation. No, he can't take a break. He's supposed to be fucking president. Break on your own time. Get out. You can't be here. Bye. No breaks. Didn't Donald Trump say he wasn't going to take any vacations? Didn't Donald Trump say he was going to work so hard for the American people that he would never take a day off? That's what Trump said. Now, we knew he was lying, but that's what he said. Again, that's why I asked MAGA. Y'all say don't take Trump literally or figuratively. So then what did you vote for? If you can't trust anything that guy said, what did you vote for? That's what I want to know. I just saw there may be news. I don't think there is news yet. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that's where we are. I think he's just sick. And I think he's so sick right now that they can't pretend that he isn't. Yep, you're right. When JD stops taking vacations, then you know something's up. That's why I say right now, I just think he's sick. And Trump is not willing to allow JD Vance to get any level of spotlight, because as far as Trump is concerned, everything revolves around him. Y'all understand where I'm coming from? So Trump is not going to allow JD Vance any spotlight. So let me stop for a second and say good morning to everybody. Thank you for joining me this morning. I appreciate you being here. I wanted to let you know I failed to do it yesterday, but I did do it this morning before the live. Remember, I told you guys yesterday about study companies, these companies that will pay you to participate in market research studies. It's real. You don't have to pay. They will pay you. And I told you I was going to put the companies up there. I didn't get it up there yesterday, but I did put it up there this morning. I put a whole series of companies that you guys can go check out and register. All you got to do is fill out a profile. Okay? You fill out a profile, and within a couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks, you're going to start getting emails. And what you need to do is, those emails are first come, first serve. I'm just warning you ahead of time. The emails are first come, first serve. You can't sit on that stuff. So when you get an email, complete the survey, complete the questionnaire. The questionnaire helps them figure out if you're one of the people that are ideal for their market research. And then they're going to call you. They're going to want to validate your answers because they're going to want to know that you're a real person, that you are who you say you are, right? They're going to want to know that. They're going to ask you some other questions. And then if they're calling you, they already think that you're a fit for the study. They just want to verify that you're a real person. So that when they call you, you validate your answers. Then from that point, they're going to let you know they want you to be in the study. They tell you when it is, you participate, and you're going to get your money. Okay? So go check it out. Click the link in my bio. It's over there in Patreon. I also have free memberships in Patreon. I put this in the free tier so everybody can see this information. I'm not gatekeeping it, but it doesn't cost you anything. So if anybody's asking you to pay money, that's bullshit. Don't do that. You don't have to pay money for this. Companies are paying you for your opinion. They do it every day. How do you think they know what to sell us? How y'all think they know that? You know how they know what to sell us? They know it because of the simple fact that they do these market research studies. And market research studies allow them to talk to the public and get an idea on what people like and what people don't like. That's exactly what it is. So I just wanted to stop for a second this morning and say, go check that out. Especially, what did I tell you yesterday? I said you can use it to buy your Christmas presents for people. Use it to pay bills, you know. So go check that out. Hold on, I'm just trying to write something down real quick. Go check that out. I have done many studies. And then if any of you guys are interested in mystery shopping, let me know. And I'll put that stuff up in the group as well, because I've been paid to mystery shop too. That's when companies pay you to come in to their establishments, whether it's an apartment complex or store, and they pay you to go in and act like a customer. That's it. Okay, so Crystal's saying she worked for Shoe Girl Research in Bethesda, and I'm 100% correct. See, I'm not giving y'all no mess. I'm telling you the truth. So if you know you need to make some extra money, you need to make it your business and get your tail over to my Patreon, get to those companies, and get to signing up for all of those companies today. That's what you need to be doing. Doing that today, okay? So with that, I want to say good morning, good Saturday morning. How is everybody? Is everybody doing okay? I hope that you are. I know that you are. Listen, I'm only asking you to do a couple of things in here. If you could tap that like button for me, I'd be greatly appreciated because it helps me out. And then, Stephen, I'm living rent-free in your head because you came in here with your 119 followers and thought that I cared and that you would get to stay. Bye, Stephen. If you could just tap that like button, I greatly appreciate it. And if you could hit that copy link button, you don't even have to send it to anybody. But clicking copy link counts as a share to TikTok, and it helps the promotion of my live. And I appreciate that very much. And I work really hard to keep the trolls out. Because what I know about MAGA is they love attention. And when they can't get attention, they're crashing out. They crash out. What do you mean you're not going to listen to me? Because I don't have to. I don't have to. I'm not listening to anybody that I don't have to listen to. Trump says I don't have to. That's the beautiful thing about life these days, is that Trump said we had to. I don't have to. I ain't got to do nothing. Trump is a goat. Look at T-Man. A grown-ass man early this morning. I love men. I'm in love with Donald Trump. I say I don't like the gays, but I'm really in love with other men. Bye, beloved. See you next time. He was all loud. Well, if it was a woman, she needed to go cook something. How about that? See, there's Tony. Tony loves boys too. A black man that loves men. Look at him. Bye. Nobody cares, Tony. It seems to me these types of guys should be in a club together where they all take off their shirt and hug each other and dance with each other. Wait a minute, that Stomp the Yard. Well, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. You heard rumors that Pam Bondi is planning on overstepping JD. I would like to see it. Braden, can't nobody see your loser ass comment. You got 64 followers and TikTok blocked it, and I just blocked you. Bye. Yeah, Trump loved that song. And Trump men, they love that song. It's gonna stay at the YMCA. It's gonna stay at the YMCA. They get so mad. We're just having a discussion. I don't think that that's what happened, Frankie. I think that Trump is sick. I'm telling y'all, Trump is sick. That's what's happening. And the White House is hiding it. Let's go back. Let's roll the bean footage. Okay. Let's go back to that. You don't get like this by accident. You combine the foot with the hand. Remember when he did the Russian summit, he couldn't even walk in a straight line. He couldn't even walk in a straight line down that red carpet. I'm telling you, Trump is a lot more sick than the White House wants to tell you, and they're continuing to hide it. The problem is you can only hide illness like this so long. You can't hide this forever. You can't. He's trying to pretend, oh, I'm so strong, this, that, and the other. The doctors, what are they doing? Nothing. They're hacks. If we're lucky, it's RFK Jr. that's providing the care. You know? Yep, they talked about Joe Biden so bad. And look at their leader now. Look at their leader now. That is the definition of fluid retention. That is the definition of fluid retention. It really, really is. Oh, and it's karma too, because he spent so much time talking shit about Joe Biden. Joe Biden this, and Joe Biden that, and Joe Biden this, and Joe Biden that. I'm just going, where is Donald Trump this weekend? They threw those shoes out, Tracy, afterwards. They was all stretched out. When they were done, that shoe was like a pair of hospital socks. You know how them hospital socks ain't got no form to them? That's how those shoes was when he took them off. When he took those shoes off, you know, ladies, listen, I know I'm not the only one. After a long day of work, and you come home and you take that brassiere off, okay, that's how it is for him to take off them damn shoes. You understand? That's how it sounds when he takes them shoes off. It's the suction, you know? I can't even do it with the side of my mouth. It's that suction. You know, that popping sound. It's almost like the feet are vacuum sealed inside the shoe. And I know he got some knots on those toes. It's no way that foot is swollen and ain't no knots on them toes. He got some bunions. I know it got to be funky in there. It gots to be, because you know, come on, listen. Let's all keep it a buck with each other, especially like the men in here. There have been times it's hot enough that your feet are sweating in them dress socks and with them dress shoes on. Let's be honest. Slipping and sliding all inside of them damn shoes. You understand? All inside them damn shoes. So I figure, ain't no different there. Say it again, coffee, and them diaper juices sweating down. Gives new meaning to the words, rain on me. I can't never listen to that song from SWV again because of that. Because, yeah, this does give a new meaning. Not Rain on Me, that's Ashanti. I'm never listening to that song again. Rain on me, no. I can't do that. I can't do that. And that's Trump's foot for anybody who wanted to know. That's one of Trump's trotters. That's one of Trump's trotters. This is what they told you this man was 6'3", 230 pounds. What 6'3" man with 230 pounds do you know got ankles and foots look like that? Nobody I know. Do I think he ever slit his foot off at the cabinet meeting? If they did, I can hear somebody saying right now, what is that smell? Anybody got cheese in here? And that's when somebody leans over and goes to that person, shh, the president took off his shoes. Oh, okay. That's what's going to happen. Ain't nobody listening to that. Now, I've been seeing a couple of comments in here. Let us talk about a couple of things this morning. First thing, let's talk about Joni Ernst. Oh, I gave Biden the same energy, but Biden ain't president no more, Black Sliz. We talking about this old-ass, decrepit-ass man up here. All right? Trumpers always want to talk about everything else. That's why I told y'all, Trump will never fight for you. No, it's not a doctored picture. No, it's not a doctored picture. No, it's not doctored. Trust me, that's the whole foot and leg. I have more if you want to see it. It's the whole foot and leg. Okay? The whole foot and leg. Okay? It's the whole foot and the whole leg. Okay? All right? Now, let's talk about a couple things. Let's talk first about Joni Ernst not running for Congress anymore. I'm not surprised. Of course Joni Ernst isn't going to run. Of course she did. Kyle, if Michelle Obama was a man, she's more of a man than you. You won't even put come in here with your real account to say that shit. Bye. It's always funny to hear Michelle Obama's a man, but if she is, she's more of a man than you. You're on the internet pretending to be somebody else. What are we doing? Some of y'all be on the internet pretending to be women. Stop it. Y'all look so desperate and so lowbrow. Cut it out. Cut it out. Because at the end of it all, guess what? You're still poor. They love to talk about everything, but let's talk about this big trotter in the room. And the trotter in the room is Trump's health, and Republicans not talking about it. Y'all talk so much about Joe Biden being old. Okay, fair conversation. Why are we not still having that conversation? Why are we not still talking about age of a president and why that's important? No, because we should. We should. Now let's get back to Joni Ernst's punk ass. The reason why Joni Ernst is not running for Congress again, because she knows everything that the Republicans have passed and the stuff they're putting in play, it hasn't really kicked in yet. Most of it's going to kick in next year. She don't want to be nowhere near it. Joni Ernst don't want to be nowhere near it, because how do you justify making people pay more and get less? How do you justify that Congress sat on their ass and let Trump impose tariffs, which is a tax on you and your family? The appeals court said that yesterday. The appeals court said it is unconstitutional because the president is imposing a tax on the American people. And only Congress can do that. That's what the appeals court said. Congress could stop this. They could have stopped it yesterday. But Republican Congress won't touch it because Republican Congress agrees with Trump taxing you and your family. You better not forget it. You better not forget it. That's why Joni Ernst isn't running anymore, because Joni Ernst knows people in her district won't forget it. They're suffering bad. Iowa's down bad. And to that, I say, thank you, Republican Jesus. They voted for this. So I don't feel no sorrow at all for Iowa. None. This is what they voted for. You said Obama did it first? Aw, we're so immature that that's how we lead our life, Max. Listen, high school been over decades ago for you, beloved. You've been blocked too. You can't come in here with that. I won't even allow it. See, I don't need conservative conversation. It's not something I need in my life. Y'all need liberals in your life. I did graduate. I did. You know who didn't? You only have 76 followers. That lets me know nobody on TikTok wants to hear what you have to say either. Why would I? Blocked. Y'all used to hearing conservatives talk all the time. You voted for Trump, and lady, if it wasn't for Darla, if immigrants took your job, girl, listen, you need to come up out that Dollar Tree and stop working there. There's no future in working at Dollar Tree, beloved. Bye. Go make somebody a sandwich, Darla. I don't listen to conservative women. I done told y'all. Stop coming and talking to me. Darla's gone. She got booted. Because Darla need to be cooking somebody breakfast. It's 9:26 this morning. It's like, Darla, don't come in here with that. Shut up. And good morning to all of you. Hey, Mr. Brad, thank you so much. I told y'all, if you want to deal with MAGA, out MAGA MAGA. Out MAGA MAGA. They shut up instantly when you out MAGA them. They don't know how to respond to that shit. They don't know how to respond to that shit. Yep, say it again, Dark Knight. Immigrants are people that applied. See, everybody thinks that illegal immigrant, it's like, cut the shit. And they love to say that, well, they coming here taking our jobs. Let me explain something to y'all. If somebody can walk and trek thousands of miles to get to America, don't even speak English, and can take your job, beloved, you are already doing bad. You were already doing bad. You just don't want to admit it. Your life was already shit. You just need somebody else to blame. You don't want to go look in that dirty ass mirror in your fucking trailer park bathroom about why your life is shit. Your life is shit because your parents' life was shit before you. Your grandparents' life before them. Nobody really had anything. They was all surviving. The problem is you can't survive no more. Them rich people done priced your ass out. And they took your social services. See, I wasn't on social services. I ain't never been on social services, still ain't on social services. I can't get no social services even if I wanted to. But y'all, the loudest talking, the most handout all day. I'm just going to remind you that you're fucking poor. And if somebody can come over here and take your job, you wasn't doing shit to begin with. Because those people that took your job, not only did they take it, they're better at it than you were anyway. That's why you lost it. They got tired of waiting on you to move with them swollen foots just like Trump. Them bad feet just like Trump. All of that stuff. That's what they expect. That's why immigrants took your job. Ain't no immigrant take my job except for Elon Musk. But if anybody else crossed over the border and was able to take your job, that means a couple of things. You weren't good at it. Say it again, see, Mandy. You were a DEI hire all that time and didn't know it. That's what that means. That's why you lost your job. You probably don't have very much education, if any. This is why you really don't want your children to be smart, because if they're smart, it's going to expose that you're not very smart, and you don't want your kids to know that you're not very smart. They didn't take my job, Jason. Shut up. You got 9 followers. I put your ass out before and I'm putting you out again, loser. That's exactly. Come up on your real account. If you ain't brave enough to come in here on your real account, then I'm not going to let you speak. Conservatives say that America is not a democracy. Why y'all expect one in my live? I'm confused. You expect TikTok to be more free than you want your country to be. Man, get out of here with that shit. I told y'all think Trump troll. Shit, Trump ain't, what they say, Trump ain't got shit on me. Okay? He don't have nothing on me when it come to trolling. Nothing. Nothing. Okay? Nothing. I'll show you how to troll. I'll show you how to troll. Like I told y'all, I love the fact that Republican states are going bankrupt. Good, they voted for it. Iowa, Nebraska, who else needs money? All of them. And I'm glad. Good. They voted for this shit. I'm glad that FEMA's not showing up to help nobody. People in Texas still waiting on FEMA. Hey, Texas, they're not coming. Mississippi got a state of emergency right now because they've had the highest fetal unalives in history right now. That's the direct result of a shitty ass healthcare system in their state. They ain't had no problem with that shitty healthcare system all that time. What did I tell y'all? Democrats have been sheltering conservatives from conservative policies for a long time. So long, conservatives had tricked themselves into believing that conservative policies were the things that were actually helping them with their life, when it wasn't. It was liberal fucking policies. But now that there are no Democrats there to offset conservative policies, conservatives are getting all of it now. Now all of a sudden, this is not what I voted for. Yes, it was, Mama. Yes, it was. Not only did you vote for it, y'all made very clear to tell us, yeah, he's back. Trump's gonna make everything right again. He's gonna make America great again and drop groceries. Can I say I love to watch y'all cry online about counting your pennies and not being able to afford groceries? The shit is hilarious. Because they brag so fucking hard about Trump coming back. He's back. He's back. Yeah, he is back. And now your ass is back to eating chicken ass because you can't afford nothing else. What Melania said, be best. I told y'all, I'm not donating to shit. I'm not helping nobody with shit. I'm not doing nothing. Can I say I love how they cry about coffee? I'm about to be like Craig Mama and Fridays. Use water. It won't hurt. They should drink hot sugar water for breakfast. Most of them drink coffee for breakfast anyway because they need it to help their bowels move. I said what I said. I said what I said. The medications got them all locked up. They need the coffee. See, they don't want to talk about that part. They don't want to never talk about that part. They don't want to never talk about the reason why they identify with this guy so much is because if you just showed this picture, it could be anybody in America. It could be anybody in America. So y'all are getting the America that you voted for. These rich people are breaking y'all asses down. Now, I hope you all saw yesterday the appeals court came back and said the Trump tariffs are unconstitutional. I told y'all, because Trump tariffs are taxes on American people. They're taxes on the American families. And only Congress can impose taxes on Americans. A president cannot do that. Only Congress can do that. And the reason why Trump is able to do it, and I want y'all to understand this, it's not just Trump doing this alone. Congress, Republican Congress, allowed him to do it by doing nothing. Stop sending their ass to Washington. You're paying them almost $200,000 a year to bankrupt you and your family. You better wake your ass up. They'll bankrupt you and your family, and then when they don't want to answer no questions, they don't run for office again, so they don't have to talk to you. Hey, Joni Ernst, that's why she not running again. Because she don't want to talk to you. She don't give a fuck about how you feel. She don't care about your family. Joni Ernst got money. She gonna be all right. She rich. She don't give a shit about you. Them rich people sit behind closed doors and laugh their asses off that you're dumb enough to keep voting for them into office for them to take shit away from you. Yeah, we ain't seen Mitch McConnell. That's the original Weekend at Bernie's. That's the original Weekend at Bernie's. Yeah, they're all scared now. You know why they're scared? Because now, this is, what have I been telling y'all? People can push propaganda and lies to you. They can push them to you. Up until, though, there's a breaking point. When that shit don't match your reality and your reality gets super tough, that propaganda won't work anymore. When somebody is telling you, oh, the prices of things have dropped, everything's so much more affordable, but you still can't pay your rent. You still choosing between your light bill and groceries. After a while, you're going to tell them, shit, man, shut the hell up. Because I can't afford to keep my damn lights on. See? Those lies won't work. The runway runs out on that stuff. They run out on that stuff. And thank you, Ann. I love you too. I didn't see your comment at first. I had to reveal some comments because TikTok goes into this thing where they hide comments for a minute. Yep, it's too late then. You're in the dark. You're absolutely right, the bootstrap. You're absolutely right, but they don't think. Oh, you know it. Joni Ernst has a cushy-ass lobbyist job lined up so that she can still lobby her peers to get them to do things that don't help the American people, but now she ain't got to have her face on it. Now she ain't got to have her face on it, see. Joni Ernst is one of the people that forced government workers back into the office. She was one of the people that was against telework. And it's kind of rich coming from Congress. Consider they spend most of their time campaigning. They spend more time trying to convince you to keep them in a job in which they don't do the things they supposed to do anyway. Yeah, I see QN. This is the most attention he's ever had. Poor little Tink Tink. Bye, beloved. See you next time. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Brian, I know people can get waivers. I told people, listen, if you're a government employee and you want a waiver, submit a religious waiver. You'll be teleworking 5 days a week. Submit a religious waiver. These people are such in a dark place. All you got to do is submit a religious waiver. Yep. You can get it. Brian's right. You can get it. You get that, you can work every day of the week from home. Wow, Tracy said that's how her mom's ankles looked when she was in hospice. If only that was Trump's reality. Brian says he's 100% remote. Y'all better pay attention. I told y'all this months ago. If you want to go back to teleworking, you better put in that religious exemption. Dave, y'all can't see Dave's comment. Dave, you mad because I'm talking about his swollen ankles. You got the same ankles. That's why you mad. Well, but you should go put your feet up. Bye, beloved. When you have fluid on your ankles like this, you should really put your feet up. You shouldn't be on the internet. He hasn't been seen since Tuesday. So I wonder why. Where is Donald Trump that he hasn't been seen by anybody since Tuesday? Paul must not be feeling well. I know he's not. Do I think the rumors are true? I think the rumors are true that he hasn't been seen. I do not think that he is no longer breathing. I don't believe that. Yep, it's straight weekend at Bernie's. But I don't believe that. Yep, he needed to keep that blood flow going, Joss. That's exactly why I booted dude. Because I was like, yo, you in here with us. And you should have your feet up and get that fluid off them ankles. You know what, Trini, I'll tell you why MAGA takes it so personal. MAGA takes it personal because they look like Trump when they take their clothes off too. They're all over America. Finally, somebody that looks just like me in a position of leadership. That's why. That's exactly why. You said Miller, Vance, and Vaught will keep running the show. They will, but the problem that, I'm going to tell you, I think the problem that J.D. Vance has. Trumpism is a movement. Without Donald Trump, how do you have that movement? And it's stinky, yes it is. But how do you have that without Trump? They don't even like J.D. Vance. Let's be honest. MAGA don't even like J.D. Vance. They tolerate J.D. Vance. They tolerate J.D. Vance, but they don't like J.D. Vance. Oh, I see Lee over there. Oh, look at him. Can't even get 1,500 followers in that stinking ass state of Georgia. Bye, Lee. I don't want to get that mess on me. I'm good. I'm real good. I have a functioning government in my state. And listen, I have found that I am like a moth to a flame to conservative men. They can't look at Kel. I can guarantee that this Kel's Pez One account is a whole fucking man. I can guarantee it's a conservative man that's still living in his mama's basement, and every month they gotta count quarters to keep the fucking lights on. I guarantee. Okay? I guarantee, Kel's is gone. Kel is gone. It could be a bot, but I guarantee that bot account is run by a man. I guarantee. It's men. And I don't understand. Conservative men are so upset. But there is a big problem in epidemic in America. It's an epidemic of soft-ass fucking men. I said what I said. Yeah? It's an epidemic of soft-ass fucking men. Because imagine how soft you got to be to come on the internet to pretend to be a woman. Are you kidding me? Real men don't do shit like that. Real men don't do stuff like that. Real men are looking at these men going, what the fuck is in the water? Like, what happened? Say it again. It's a party of betas. I've never seen anything like it. Never seen anything like it. Soft as fucking tissue. Do you understand? Hey, Jess, good morning. That's why I go, y'all couldn't have been raised in the house with my mama. Because y'all would have been crying every fucking day. Because my mother didn't raise no soft, tender-ass people. Because her whole thing was the world ain't going to be kind. I need to show you how you navigate that. All they do is cry and fucking whine. Thank you, Phil. You know what my skincare regimen is? Look, and I say this repeatedly. I do use some Korean skincare. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But I'm going to tell you the primary things I do. I mind my fucking business. I'm telling you, if you want to reduce fine lines and wrinkles, learn to mind your fucking business. One of the reasons why the right ages so hard is because they always in somebody else's fucking business getting outraged about shit that has nothing to do with them. That's why you stay with wrinkles, because you stay in somebody else's fucking business. Mind your business. I was out yesterday, I was driving, and I was minding somebody's business. and I stopped in the middle of the street. But had I minded my business, I wouldn't have needed to stop or wouldn't have stopped. And I literally said out loud in the car to myself, girl, mind your business. If you was minding your business, you wouldn't have stopped in the middle of the street. Mind your business and drive your car. They're driving theirs. Listen. Mind your business. That shit will reduce fine lines and wrinkles. Y'all be stressed about shit that got nothing to do with y'all. Why is he married to a man? Do you want one for yourself, sir? Mind your business. Mind your business. Drink your water. Moisturize. Y'all act like y'all scared of lotion. It's a big deal for me to moisturize my skin. The largest organ that you have is your skin. Moisturize it. Black people, we will call other black people out on being ashy. Because that's just something we do. Moisturizing is a part of the routine. You know what I mean? It's a part of the routine. Moisturize. And my last tip, washcloths. Washcloths. Yeah, I said it and I'm going to keep on saying it. Washcloths. I don't know what the adverse feeling is with a lot of Americans that don't want to use a fucking washcloth. Washcloths. Those 4 things. And drink your water. Certainly you got to drink your water. But you got to use a fucking washcloth. A washcloth is an easy way to exfoliate. That's why I still don't understand why people don't use washcloths. That's weird to me. Because it's an easy way to get off old skin. And it's how you really get clean. If I'm scrubbing the back of my neck and that washcloth looking a little dirty, that means I need to keep scrubbing. That doesn't mean I'm done. Yeah, the African net sponges work well too. But I'm not about to put that, in between my cheeks when I want to make sure it's clean all up in there. Not up in there. Yeah, and it is more sanitary and than a nasty ass loofah. And change your fucking washcloth. If that washcloth can stand up in the corner like a cat that's agitated, you should have changed that washcloth. Okay? Change the washcloth. You don't keep the same cloth for weeks and weeks on end. Like, once it starts smelling really bad, then I'll change it. No, that's not. You change it on a regular cadence. Thank you so much. Afeni Shakur had great skin too. Tupac had great skin too. But Tupac used to mind his fucking business. You understand? When you don't mind your business, that's really, really happens to you. You have a rubber loofah because it's hypoallergenic. The crazy thing is, I don't use loofahs at all. I don't use loofahs at all. Yep, I don't use a loofah at all. Yep, dude is right. Rotate your washcloth like every 2-3 days. And I'm telling y'all that because some of you won't rotate it if we don't say nothing. Like, you didn't tell me I had to change it. What? Of course you have to change. And listen, change the towel too. Like, the fuck is going on? The more and more I have seen the deterioration of hygiene in society, which is weird to me. Because when I was growing up, more than anything, you were taught to be as clean as you could be. That's the one thing you had control over, was your cleanliness. You could be as clean as you wanted or as dirty as you wanted, but you had control over it. It's not cool for your sit down win to make people's faces turn up. What will MAGA do when they lose their identity? Ooh, that is a good question. No one's ever asked me that question. Ooh, what will they do? They're certainly going to crash out even more. You can expect even more crash out because Trumpism is the identity for many of them, right? They're certainly going to eat each other because they're already doing that. They're already doing that. You think they're going to brush their teeth? No, they're not, Cassie. No, Regina, you don't have to change your wash rag every fucking day. You don't. Listen, I'm trying to start small with them, Regina. Listen, they don't, if they only have one, they can't change it every day. You understand? So let's give them a little grace. And we got to start slow. Yes, and say it again, Cassie. Washing your ass means nothing if you don't wash them fucking clothes. Wash your clothes. Hey, Trail, good morning, beautiful. Wash your clothes. Listen, if you change it every day, that's cool, but I can't tell them that yet when they only got one rag as it is. That's all I'm saying. Let's take it slow with them, okay? Let's take it slow. We're trying to do too much too fast, and it's going to be overwhelming. Okay? Y'all trying to do too much too fast. That's overwhelming for people, okay? Calm down. Y'all just carrying on. I change mine every day. Stop it, because you're carrying on. That's too much. Huh? Who you? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, y'all gotta calm down. Y'all doing a little too much. Y'all trying to force it. And that's the other thing. I don't teach people who hate me either, but I do know there's some other people that come through here who don't necessarily hate me, and they like information that they get, so I'm just sharing. Yeah, bathing is a good thing. But me personally, I love showers. I don't mind a bath. I'll take a bath like sitting in water. But to be honest, I'm so adverse to like this thing about baths, sitting in your own dirty water. I don't like that shit either. I prefer to just wash it all off. Wash it all off. I'm washing everything from head to toe because that's how I was taught. I was taught to wash behind my ears, wash in my ears, and yes, you do wash your legs. No, you cannot just let the water run down and then, no, that's not how that works. I remember for years, sometimes I would go places and I would, like, for example, earlier this year, I went to a conference in the city. I think it was this year or last year. I went to a conference. And I remember early in the morning, I would say, what is that smell? Because I keep smelling this smell, you know? And then you go in certain breakout sessions and I would smell the smell. And in certain breakout sessions, certain rooms you wouldn't smell it, other rooms you would. Then the last day I figured out what that smell was. People were fucking dirty. I was smelling their body. It was fucking body I was smelling. And I was perplexed because I was going, I'm seeing you at 8 o'clock in the morning. How am I smelling your body at 8 o'clock? That means that you didn't wash your ass last night or this morning. Them clothes probably dirty. Your hair is dirty. You understand? I was so perplexed and unnerved at that conference. I was perplexed. Okay, no problem. JK, I see that. I canceled it for you. But perplexed. I don't get that. I just don't get that. That had me going, how you smell first thing in the morning. Because I don't even get into bed without taking a bath. There's no way. Because I was raised that way. You have to wash outside off of you before you get into bed, right? That's what I was taught. So I don't even have a frame of reference of be outside all day and then get in the fucking bed. Shit. Not me. That wasn't what I was taught. Sometimes I'll take more than one shower a day. So this whole concept of sit down when, don't sit right with me. Ew. I don't do that. Yep, outside could be a reflection of inside. Say it again. My kids know. When they were growing up, I say quick, you smell like outside. Go, you need to take a shower. Go and take a bath. Go and wash your ass. You smell like straight outside. And I don't do no smelling outside. You saw me, Shauna. You see, you listen. Sometimes people's sit down wind can be diabolical. Diabolical. You understand? Sometimes that sit down wind have you almost offended. It's almost like they hit you. You know what I mean? You feel like you got hit. Like, the fuck is going on here? I am being assaulted in this place. I feel attacked. The fuck? That's how I felt at that damn conference. I was like, yo, I am so offended in here right now. I was mad. And I remember when I ran into somebody, they was like, why you got that face? I said, I am mad. All these smells. You don't smell all these scents? See, listen, I don't like Axe, but I'd rather smell Axe than smell ass. Real talk. I would rather smell Axe than smell ass. All day, every day, and twice on Sundays. So I was thoroughly annoyed that I didn't even get to smell Axe. I was just smelling, it just smelled like dirty skin. You know what, you know the smell I'm talking about. It's like right before you get to funky, but funky is coming. Yeah, see, Zarvis, you like me, I have a very sensitive nose. And so I'll pick up on it like, oh, all it takes is a hot second for me. Listen. Yeah, it's kind of like metal. It's like metal and sweat and skin and toes. It's like all these different scents mixed in together. It's like a potpourri of ass. That's why I'm like, I use Dove still now, Gigi. That's what I wash with, my just plain old Dove soap. I don't use no special body washes. Not for my body. No. I still buy regular Dove bar soap. Some people are using Febreze. That's what you say, Renee. That shit don't work. Febreze gave up. Febreze says, listen, we are here to neutralize smells, but we can't do nothing about ass. Okay? We can't do nothing about ass. We never said that we could cover that. We never claimed that we could do anything about ass. We never said that. We said we could make things smell more fresh. We never said that we could mask the smell of ass and balls. Febreze said, oh no. See, y'all got me fucked up. That's what Febreze said. You got me fucked up. We don't do that. Notice the neutralizers don't even neutralize no more. Because you're asking them to do things that it's not their job to do. If you want to get rid of that smell, go wash your ass. That's where it starts. The summer is the worst out here in these streets. The summer is the worst. Because you combine, like when I look on, I don't know, have y'all seen these conversations on TikTok? Where you scroll TikTok and people talk about taking a bath a couple of days, Wait a minute. There are 7 days in a fucking week. There is no day that I skip to wash my ass. There is no day to skip for washing your ass. You're supposed to wash your ass every day. What is this? Well, I didn't do much today, so I don't. No. No. I don't do that. That's me too. The greatness. We bathe every day in here. If I don't take a shower, I would feel dirty. You know what I'm saying? They can't smell their own smell. No. Yes, they can, DJ Magic Man. Yes, they can. What's those commercials say? They've become nose blind. That's what it is. Y'all seen them commercials. Have you become nose blind? What they need to do is have somebody like me voice those commercials. You don't smell that fucking smell in every room you go in. It's you, damn it. See, if I did those commercials, people would be more inclined to wash their ass. I guarantee if I did those commercials, as somebody's watching, they're going to go, wait a minute. Is she talking about me? Yes. The problem is these commercials are too nice to people. Quiet as kept, the ones that snatch your soul, those are the ones you remember. We do need commercials to remind folks. We're like, are you wondering what that smell is in every room you walk into? It's you, boo. You need to wash your ass. And with what? This Dove soap. It's moisturizing. It won't strip your skin. Get you some Dove today. Because if you don't, girl, every time you sit down, your sit down win is going to cause conversation. Guarantee that commercial. I saw a commercial the other day with Dunkin' Donuts. I don't even remember. I had never heard this song before in my life, but it was one of them hood trap songs. I watched that commercial 5 times. I guarantee if Dove make a commercial like that, they gonna sell shit. Yeah, I remember that Sure commercial because Sure used to come at people like that. Are you sure? No, they're not. They're not sure. Not at all. Ain't that a nice backdrop? And the reason why you can't tell people that they smell, because America done got so everybody gets a participation trophy. Don't nobody want to hurt nobody's feelings. Well, you're fucking hurting my feelings every time you come in here with that stank ass body. So we about to have a conversation. Because every time you come in here, I feel attacked by your body odor. Every time. It's time for America to start having uncomfortable conversations. Uncomfortable conversation. Because more often than not, I go outside to the store. And without fail, I'm going to run into at least 1 or 2 people where that side wind got you like you looking at them, wondering about their life, the choices that they've made. I know I do. I be looking at their ass like, I know you smell that. Because I smell it. It's no way you don't smell that shit. And you like that? You think that smell good? I be agitated. Like really upset and agitated. Like I cannot believe that you don't smell what I smell. Oh, they smell it. They don't think it matters. And then some of these people will say, I can't find a partner. You already booed up with your own ass. It stinks. You don't have a partner because nobody want to get close because they trying to figure out what that smell is too. You know what I'm saying? What did we talk about yesterday? What did we say? Gentlemen, women pay attention to you when you pay attention to your hygiene. Wash your ass. Wash your ass, wash your ass, wash your ass. If you can take off your underwear and they can stand up in the corner on their own, you need to throw those in the trash. It's a wrap. Just go ahead and throw those out. Say I'm getting rid of those. We don't need those no more. These are the things that y'all got to think about and do. Americans love to talk about Europeans and how bad Europeans smell. And I'll be like, oh, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Because if you catch enough Americans at the wrong time, you're going to think you're in Europe too. So let's not pretend that everybody's smelling all peachy creamy here. And let's also stop pretending that you can spray smell good stuff on top of ass, over top of the smell of funk. You cannot. Okay? You say you used to have a coworker that loved to wear sleeveless shirts and hug people. Oh no, honey. So I'm taking it them pits was coming in hard. Trump is not going to invade Venezuela, y'all. That is a distraction so you don't ask about those Epstein files. Y'all still falling for the okie doke. Y'all still falling for the okie doke with Donald Trump. He's not going to invade Venezuela. He's not. A president can't invade anything without congressional approval. We go back to this thing again. He can't just do whatever he want to do when he want to do it. Y'all falling for that shit. I want the fucking Epstein files. That's what I'm waiting on. All this other stuff, I don't give a shit about all that other stuff. Because all that other stuff is just a distraction. It's just a distraction so you don't ask about the Epstein files. Wake up. And that's just the honest God truth. Wake up. See, I want to remind you all, when Trump was running in 2014, he told you, 2024, I'm sorry, he told you, I'm going to release those files. He's back in office. Now he tell you, if you support me, you would stop asking for them. Yeah, he's also, yeah, to your point too. He ain't going to touch Venezuela because of Putin. He's scared of Vladimir Putin. He's scared of him. Did y'all forget how he was leaning over, so afraid? Hold up, let's roll. Hold up, we're going. This is how Trump looked when he met Vladimir Putin. That's how Trump looked. Does that look tough to you? Does that look strong to you? No, it doesn't. So he's not going to invade Venezuela. That's just a distraction again. Like, Americans should be pissed off that the Trump administration is sending National Guard troops everywhere but to Republican districts where crime is out of control. Won't send them to Louisiana where Mike Johnson's district is. Send them there. They have more crime in Louisiana than they got in California, and California is way bigger than Louisiana. Way bigger. No, Cody, I don't think that's what's happening at all. Trump is just old. No, listen, ain't nobody got to do nothing to Trump. Father Time is on his ass like the cold in Chicago. Listen, y'all got to understand. Y'all dealing with a 79-year-old man. Yep. Louisiana has more crime than DC and Baltimore. Agreed. Agreed. Now, I'm going to be honest. I'm born and raised in the DMV. In DC specifically, born and raised. I've never been robbed in the city. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but I ain't never been robbed in the city. Because I know where to go and where the fuck not to go. I know how to not walk around like I got any fucking thing. See, people who love to walk around and flash their shit, those are what I call marks. Marks get got. I'm not interested in being a mark. So I know where to go and where not to go. Exactly. I know how to move. And a lot of people love to show off their shit. Oh, I got red bottoms. I got this fancy car. Well, the criminals are watching you. They want that shit too. They just gonna take it. What you gonna do? Nothing. You ain't gonna do shit. You just gonna file a police report. The police ain't gonna really give a shit. They don't care either. That's personal property. They don't give a fuck about that. They'll take the report, but they ain't gonna look for your shit. They don't care. They don't care. Yep, you just got to know how to move. There's certain, like, for example, Philadelphia. I'm not from Philly, but I know how to move in Philadelphia. I know that Philly is a very unique city in terms of you can literally be on one block and people got a whole lot of money, and as soon as you turn the corner, it instantly changes. It's not like, you know how like in some communities you see a slow progression of like, this is where the money is, and it slowly changes, and then you can tell people don't have money. Not in Philly. In Philly, you literally got to watch your step, because you will fuck around and turn the wrong corner and wind yourself up in some shit that you wasn't supposed to be in. That's why you got to watch where you walk in. Yep, that's me too, Cassie. I know how to move in Philly. I know where to put my car, where not to put my car. So when I come back, it's still there. And not because some criminal in Philly took it. No, the biggest criminal organized group in Philadelphia that'll snatch your fucking car is parking enforcement. Okay? So I know where not to park my fucking car, so that when I come back, I have my damn car. Okay? Because Philly will take your fucking car and then hold it for ransom. Like, bitch, you're not getting this car back till you pay us our money. Philly don't play. They ain't never met a car that they won't ticket, tow, and then they will sell your shit if you don't get it in a certain amount of time. They don't play in Philadelphia. They don't play in Philadelphia. PPA is and I'm going to tell you who else don't play. DC's parking enforcement. That's why I don't go to the city that much. DC parking enforcement will tear your ass up. You heard me. They be on your ass like a supervisor in the city. They will mark your tires with chalk. If you're supposed to, like, it's only 2-hour parking, oh, they gonna make sure that your punk ass wasn't there more than 2 hours. They're gonna make sure of it. That's why I don't go to the city very often. I don't mess with the city like that. Because when you go to the city too much, you're going to get tickets. You're going to get tickets. DC ain't no joke. Between the parking tickets, the red light tickets, the speeding tickets. I don't mess with the city too much. In Massachusetts, your welcome message is attached to a parking ticket. I can believe it. I can believe it. But me personally, I've never had it happen to me where I've been robbed in the city, because I just know where to go and where not to go. I'll say very fast. And I grew up in the city. Even when I was living in the hood, I still knew where to go and where not to go, because every hood ain't your hood. Every hood ain't your hood, see? So you got to be careful. You go moving into hoods that ain't your hood, and people don't know you, and you not familiar to them, your ass a mark. Oh, you from Southeast? I grew up in Northeast. And seeing Bootstrap Report say that. So she grew up in Southeast, I grew up in Northeast. So me being from Northeast, I'm not going to Southeast just walking around fucking casual. I don't know nobody around there. They don't know me. My face don't look familiar. I'm a mark. And vice versa for her. And if we both go to Northwest, we both getting got. Because everybody in Northwest like, you don't look familiar to me. Runner pockets. See, you never hang out on the northeast side of town, and I didn't really hang out on the southeast side of town. Because everybody's different on the different quadrants of the city. They're all city people, but each city quadrant is different in how it moves. And if you ain't from that quadrant of that city and you walking around and traipsing around that neighborhood, you gonna get got. What they say, not the Joe, listen, on mothers. That's what the youngins say. I didn't grow up with the on mother stuff. I'm too old for that. But that's what the youngins say. Yeah, or you gotta know the right people. Which means the right people in those communities that said, hey, when you see her walking around here, don't fuck with her. She ride with me. Then you ain't gonna get messed with. But if ain't nobody in that neighborhood vouching for you hanging out in that neighborhood, don't go in that neighborhood. Period. Y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn. A lot of the reason why a lot of people get robbed in certain neighborhoods, that's what happened when you move to certain neighborhoods trying to gentrify them. You're trying to gentrify the neighborhood, but the neighborhood's still gonna be the neighborhood. So you getting robbed because they don't want you there. They're hoping you'll move. The goal is to push you out of the neighborhood. I'm just telling you why they're doing it. Most people don't rob people who live in those neighborhoods. Why? Because you're going to see that motherfucker again. And he know you're going to see him again. So he don't want to rob people. He going to see them. Plus, we going to know you. Jaquan, why you robbing me? Now, you know I know your mama. You know I'm going to tell your mama, man, I need some money for the such and such. Well, you need to figure out another fucking way to get it because you ain't going to get it over here. We going to cuss out the robber because we know him. We know his mama, and we going to snitch. That's the big inherent difference. That's the big inherent difference. Other than that, ain't too many differences. But y'all going to learn. Stop moving into these communities because it's cheap. And then be surprised that you getting got. Well, that's why. That is kind of weird that Trump hasn't been seen in 5 days. Has it really been 5 days? I'm asking honestly, has it really been 5 days since Trump has been seen? That is very weird. That is weird. You know why I think? Them foots is swollen, y'all. I'm telling you, what I think it is, he got so much fluid on his legs and foot, he can't walk. That's what I think it is. That's what I think it is. If he doesn't go golfing today, it's because he can't move around on them foots. It's a holiday weekend. It's a holiday weekend and Trump isn't golfing? Yeah, then something's wrong with his feet and legs. Keep in mind, all of that fluid is still on his feet and legs. The worse and worse it gets, the harder and harder it's going to get to be mobile. Hey, Charlie, good morning, beautiful. I don't even know if he's been, because see, I don't belong to Truth Social. I don't even have an X account. So I don't even know if he has been, tweeting or not. Now I'm seeing an article here in NewJersey.com, and they're saying Trump hasn't been seen in public for 4 days. And they're saying social media has lost his mind. I don't think they lost his mind about it. But I do think it's fair to say, well, where is Donald Trump? Yeah, he's somewhere sundowning. That's for certain. He is somewhere sundowning. But I don't think he's unalive. I don't think that that's what it is. I think he's sick. That you combine the bruise, not being able to walk in a straight line, all of the swelling, the sweating, the bloating. He's sick. Yeah, I'm with Tony. He's sick. That's why you're not seeing Donald Trump. Donald Trump is sick. That's the issue. Hey, Daryl, good morning to you. Donald Trump is sick. And apparently, J.D. Vance has said something like that he would assume the presidency if a tragedy should befall Trump. And he said things can always happen, but he was ready to assume office if something were to happen. But he's saying that also because Trump's 79. He's 79 with bad health issues. They say he's going golfing, but the question is, will he? And how well will he move on the golf course? The media will be able to see. So that's what I'm waiting to see. Hey, Osiris, how are you? Good morning. So I think that's why you haven't seen him. So according to a reporter, the pool photographer snaps pics of POTUS in a white polo and a red MAGA hat, black pants. POTUS's motorcade began rolling at 8:45 a.m. So that's today. So they say that they've seen the motorcade. Folks are just waiting to see Donald Trump. So they've seen the motorcade moving, just still no visibility to see Trump. So that's what that's what everybody's waiting for. Let me find out. Everybody's waiting to see what Trump's ankles look like. Everybody out here like, okay, just wait for the ankles. The thing is, he's got to get out of that golf cart to hit balls. It's going to be, what is he going to look like when he gets out? Tiffany, thank you for bringing up Jake Tapper, because I noticed Jake Tapper talks so much about Joe Biden's health. Remember, Jake Tapper, you couldn't get that dude to shut up about Joe Biden's health. Now, all of a sudden, Jake Tapper doesn't say anything. You notice that? Jake Tapper is so quiet now. So quiet. And I'm like, okay, how come Jake Tapper ain't got nothing to say now? Before he had so much to say. But all of a sudden, Jake Tapper is quiet. But before, he said, we got to talk about his health. I'm telling you, Jake Tapper, I be feeling like Jake Tapper is paid to say shit. And certainly those Cuomo boys, I can't stand their ass. Chris or Andrew Cuomo. Those rich fucks spend so much time talking about liberals. But you can't get them to give that same energy to conservatives for nothing. I picked up on them Cuomo boys. Just like for those of you who love to vote for Jill Stein, have you asked yourself what Jill Stein is? Have you asked yourself what happened to Jill Stein? Notice she's like the fucking crypt keeper. She comes out every 4 years to run for president and to splinter the fucking vote. During a presidency, you don't hear from Jill Stein. All of a sudden, she don't care about Palestine. She don't care about your bill. She don't care about the economy. But every 4 years, she happens to care. Listen, can I be honest? I liked Gary Johnson. Gary Johnson just fucked himself when they said Aleppo. This is where Gary Johnson's fucked himself. Aleppo who? Bruh. When he did that, I was like, you were onto something. But Gary couldn't, that was before politics would let you be ignorant to things and still vote for you. See, they allow it now. But at the time, you couldn't say things like that and still get a vote. I remember that shit. That's why Gary Johnson lost traction. Because when they asked him about Aleppo, he was like, I've never seen that man a day before in my life. That was kind of his response. And that's what messed up Gary Johnson. That's why Gary Johnson lost. That's why he lost. But folks was listening to him for a minute because some of what he was saying was making sense. But see, I don't like the Libertarian Party either. Because to me, the Libertarians, they want anarchy. They want anarchy. That's not a functioning government. So I'm not interested in that either. You see what I'm saying? We need a functioning government. So I don't want anarchy. Anarchy is not going to help anybody. It helps rich people, powerful people, but it doesn't help the rest of us. Hold on, what's that? Oh, no. Okay, I thought that was over there. But it doesn't help anybody else. It just helps rich people. So that's why I say, here's a reminder. Listen, don't forget, y'all. Trump is in the Epstein files. I need y'all not to forget that. Because, see, a lot of this stuff is designed to keep you to stop talking about those files. Before you know it, it'll be 4 years later, and you never got those files. Don't forget. Don't forget. Okay, Tanya. So you say, what do I think about Joni Ernst not running? She's not running because she doesn't want to be the face of Republican policies. She knows it's bad. She know Iowa is hurting bad, and she don't want to get blamed for it, so she gonna exit stage left. Joni has a lot of money. She's probably gonna come back as a lobbyist, and she'll be fine. So she don't care. But honestly, she'll run in a couple years, but she ain't gonna run right now. The temperature's too hot. So that is the biggest problem that Joni has. Oh, you caught it too, Charlie? I caught it too. You must have saw my eye look. Because I caught it and I was like, oh, you think you doing that here, not here, blocked. It's been pretty chill this morning. But they were starting their process of crashing out. And I think the admin saw my face because I'm looking like, oh no. You just saw my video about the biggest gang. Yeah, the biggest gang out there is religion. It's Christians. That evangelical right, that Christian right, that's the biggest gang that's out here. Not Joni Loves Chachi. That is the biggest gang out here, is the church. The biggest gang out here is the church. And that is a fact. That is a fact. The church has such a stranglehold on America and its government and its communities. Like, I saw a video this morning, right? It was about this lady. She's a Christian nationalist, her and her husband. And they don't believe in abortion. And they already have 7 kids. She's pregnant again, but this time she has an ectopic pregnancy, right? Specifically, the baby is implanted in an old C-section scar from when she had other kids. Now, she's been given multiple opinions from multiple doctors saying she needs to terminate that pregnancy because she will not survive and her baby will not survive. But no, she's saying she's praying on it and she's looking for survivors. Because she refuses to take the advice from multiple medical professionals about what she should do. And you know what I said out loud when I watched that video? Well, one of them was, she's fucking stupid. But the other thing I said was, she don't love her kids. She loved that religion, that indoctrination more than she loves her own children. The own things that came from her fucking body. I wish I would leave my fucking kids. I wish I would purposely choose to put my life at risk instead of being there to be a mother to my fucking children. I wish I would do some dumb shit like that. So that told me she don't love her kids. She loves the indoctrination more than she loves her children. She loves the indoctrination more than she loves her kids. Which means that she would risk the lives of her children too for the indoctrination. That don't sound real smart to me. That don't sound like a woman who loves her children. But the apple don't fall far from the tree because her husband act the same way. Because as a husband, I would say to my wife, excuse my French, bitch, is you crazy? We got 7 kids here. We need to do something that makes sense. I know that we have believed this our entire lives, but this is where this shit don't make sense for us in our lives. But they not doing that. Craziest shit I ever seen in my life. Craziest shit I ever seen in my life. And I look at that shit and I go, you know what I say too? I go, that's not God. Because doesn't God give you information to make decisions? These people act like God don't give them no information. God sent her all those doctors to save her life and give her information. And she like, nah, I'm not listening to that. What? This is why I keep saying if Jesus came back today, conservatives would crucify him. Not liberals, conservatives. Because he ain't rich. These people are not Christians. They're Christian nationalists. And that's different. That's different. That's not about God. That's something different. That's about control. That's what that's about. And that Christian nationalism shit is bad for America. That's the stuff that's entrenched into your government. That's the stuff that they're forcing in your schools. I saw something this morning online where somebody said, they said that, hold on, let me find it. Oh, I might have switched it. Yeah, I might have switched it. They said that sex before marriage is bad, and that's why this country is going to hell. And you know, my first thought was, nobody's stopping you from not having sex before marriage. Nobody's stopping you from doing that. You really need your government to stop you from having sex before marriage because you lack the self-control to not do it. If you say that it's a bad thing to do, you have a personal choice not to do it. Yet it's almost like they need the government to save them from themselves because they're incapable of doing it. Ain't that something? The love of money is the root of all evil, Cassie. But according to these New Age Christians, if you ain't got money, God ain't blessed you. Y'all ain't listening to them. Y'all ain't listening to them. Because I be listening. They love money. They love money. Now, somebody asked me a question, and when they're gone, what do you think they'll do? I didn't get to see who asked me that question, but I did see the question for a hot second. When you say, and when they gone, and when who's gone specifically? And I don't know if y'all saw, but in Florida, where they had that walkway that they had colored on the ground to remember the people who died in the Pulse nightclub, Pew Pew, they washed it away. DeSantis had it cleaned up. DeSantis had it erased from the sidewalk, from the crosswalk. Again, there is nothing stopping these people from not being gay. But it just seems to me, conservatives hate gay people so much because so many of them are fucking gay. And they're not being honest. You say when the wife passes away, what will the husband do? Usually, honestly, men tend to get remarried again faster than women because men be looking for a woman to take care of them. I said what I said. Now that won't be a popular opinion, but it's true. Men get remarried. Women, they ain't so quick to get remarried because they ain't looking for another project. Men be looking for a caretaker. So as soon as that wife get dropped in the ground, that man at the funeral like, so, you dating anybody? I'm just keeping it all the way a buck with you. Men be looking for another caretaker. So everything's about getting another caretaker. Everything. Finding another woman that's going to take care of them like their mama did. Now, I want to tell y'all about something that I don't know if y'all knew about it because I haven't seen anybody talking about it in the press. But yesterday, I follow a message board thread with just federal workers. And yesterday, about 1:30, they said they got an email because they work at the Social Security Administration. And they got an email from the Social Security Administration's chief data officer resigning, right? Now, the reason why I'm bringing it up, while I'm bringing this thing up, is because the email was pulled several hours later, right? The email was gone, right? For whatever, I guess they had, it was in people's email boxes, but then they had the system pull it from the email boxes. But people who saved the email, meaning they either forwarded it to another email or they copied and pasted it and put it somewhere, they still had the email. Well, this person that resigned, he said he's doing a voluntary resignation because it is the result against the Social Security Administration's actions against him which make his duties impossible to perform legally and ethically, have caused him serious mental, physical, and emotional distress and constitute a constructive discharge. He says he's tried to report internally, externally about the serious data security and integrity concerns impacting our data, because it's our data, right? He's being a whistleblower. He has suffered exclusion, isolation, internal strife, and a culture of fear, and creating a hostile work environment, making the work conditions intolerable. I'm looking at the whole message here. In short, he was saying they're taking our data and they're doing whatever they want to with that shit. That is your most sensitive data. I'm telling you as somebody who works in privacy. Your social security number, that's a golden key, baby. That is a golden key. I'm telling y'all better lock up your credit reports. You better put alerts on your credit reports. You better watch your shit like a hawk. If somebody calls you, because they're starting those calls, if somebody calls you asking you to verify your social, you don't verify shit. You don't verify nothing over the phone. Nothing. You don't even verify it in the mail. Nothing. Okay? This is a hacker's dream. Social security numbers? Oh. And remember I told y'all that guy, Big Balls, had taken all of our data and thrown it up on a cloud, unauthorized cloud location, that we have no idea who had access to it. How long our information was there, none of that stuff. I put up a video about that yesterday. What stands out even more about Big Balls is his grandfather is former KGB. They say Elon Musk has been compromised by the Russians and Donald Trump, and Big Balls works for both of them. Y'all, I told y'all there ain't no coincidences. Y'all better watch y'all fucking data. You better watch your stuff, man. Your social is your life. And keep in mind, they done pulled all the other data to make systems. So they got your social, your date of birth, your address. They got all your information. Your mama's maiden name, your daddy's name. They got everything. Everything. So if you start seeing stuff pop up in your inbox you ain't never seen before, stuff in your mailbox, that's why. Your data is out there, baby. It's out there for the taking, and the people who do sneaky, nefarious things, they're in love. Your government gave them all your information. I agree, Kiki. They working on doing whatever they can. That's why you got to watch your credit like a hawk. I am speaking as a person that had my identity stolen. Mine was so bad, my credit report came to my house in the person's name who stole my identification. She had been using my social. Now I'll say this. 9 times out of 10, she didn't have her papers. And 9 times out of 10, listen, Miss Anna Gomez, Miss Anna Rodriguez. Because I always said if I ever see that bitch in the street, it was going to be on site. Now, if I'm lucky, she getting deported. Because I done had enough of that bitch. For almost 20 years, this bitch has been a thorn in my side, okay? A thorn in my side, all right? So, I ain't even mad about that portion of it. But I am upset. Thank you so much, McCall. I am upset that our data has not been protected by government. And not just that. The whistleblower's letter said the government is also using our data for an unauthorized purpose. So they're doing something else with our data that we don't know what they're doing. But whatever they're doing, they don't have any legal authority to do it. But they're doing it anyway. Why? Because who gonna check me, boo? Protect your information. Yep, Peter Thiel's having them do something. And Planter. Remember y'all seen the media reports about Planter, that company coming up with that super mass system to come up with profiles on each and every one of us. Cassie, they should cancel credit scores, but the credit scores are what keeps you trapped in jobs you hate. Getting rid of... See, that's why I always say these fucking hackers, these hackers want to do everything but the shit that helps. Eliminate student loan debt. If you want to, when y'all hacking shit, wipe out everybody's bad credit. If you want to hack shit, they don't never do that shit though. They never do that. They're like, let us tell you who really shot JFK. I don't give a fuck about that. How about you get these bills off my fucking back? Like what? If they want us to be invested in what they doing, how about you be investing us and do something for us? Thank you. Right. Be a Robin Hood hacker. I have yet to see one of those. Right. But take my mortgage loan balance to 0. Make it look like I made all those payments. But no, it's always some shit none of us care about. That's why I be like, man, there ain't nobody listening to you talk about hacking. Who cares? Something else that y'all probably don't know that your government is doing, and I'm going to assume that Israel put them up to it. Now, y'all know there's supposed to be a UN meeting, a UN General Assembly meeting in New York coming up, where the United States decided to deny and revoke all visas for Palestinian officials. That's not a coincidence. That's not a coincidence. That's Israel. They don't want Palestine. They don't want Palestine at the table. But what Israel is doing is wrong. It's wrong. They're trying to do an ethnic cleansing, and it's wrong. But the press ain't talking about it. See, that's big time media. Big time media ain't going to talk about it. Because if they start talking about it, God forbid, you might start questioning Israel. And they can't have that. Oh, the banks certainly would love to keep their deposit. But see, the banks aren't going to get to keep their deposits. The government going to seize that money and keep it for themselves. That shit becomes government property. And so government's going to keep it for themselves. Guarantee you that. Government's going to keep it for themselves. Just checking one more thing. They're going to keep it for themselves. Now, I want to, now remember how we were talking about, I forgot to share this with you guys. Remember we were talking about, oh shoot, you can't even read it. Okay, I'm going to find it and I'll read it to you guys. But Gavin Newsom is the gift that keeps on giving. Gavin Newsom is still dragging the hell out of Republicans and reminding them that they're fakes and that they're frauds. Okay? So, what happened was Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, decided to put out a post talking about Gavin Newsom. Mike Johnson says Democrats mocking the power of prayer in the wake of tragedy is so disgraceful, it's hard to even summon words to describe. Yet he's writing all these words to describe it anyway. But I digress. He says, millions of Americans know prayer brings strength in our darkest moments. For politicians to belittle faith, to score cheap points, shows just how out of some, and I can't read the whole post because I can't click the more button on it. So then Gavin Newsom replies, James 2, chapter 2, verse 14. What good is it, my brothers and sisters, if someone claims to have faith but has no deeds? He exposing their fake Christian asses. God also said if you don't do nothing but just pray, that doesn't do anything. Gotta do something. Gotta do something. Gotta do something. I'm with you, Zarvis. Newsom 2028. Because he time enough for trolling their ass. He time enough for trolling their asses. And I say add Westmoreland the ticket for vice president. Fuck it, because they both trolling. Say it again, Zarvis. Faith without works is dead. Is dead. Here's another Bible verse. Matthew chapter 6, verses 5 through 6. And when you pray, do not be like the hypocrites, for they love pray standing in the synagogues and on the street corners to be seen by others. Truly, I tell you, they have received their reward in full. But when you pray, go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen. Then your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you. Man, stop playing with it. I love that Gavin Newsom is coming for their asses and calling them out on their lies and their faking and their frauding about their love of God. They don't love God, they love control. They love control. That's what they love. That's what they love. But I love that he's doing this. I love that did y'all see Mike Johnson on Fox News? Where Fox News had asked Mike Johnson, they said, hey, you had said that about Gavin Newsom, but then Gavin Newsom pointed out that you have more crime in Louisiana than in California. All of a sudden, then Mike Johnson don't want to talk about it. Of course he don't want to talk about it because he hasn't done anything to reduce crime. You know why they got so much crime there? You know why? Because of the economics in Louisiana. Maybe if they fix the economic situation in Louisiana, they wouldn't have so much crime. But Louisiana makes a lot of money from crime. Private prisons. So Louisiana loves crime. Because crime puts money in their government's pocket. And they would rather make money from crime than make money from jobs. And that's the truth. That's the truth. So I love that liberals are now finally calling their asses out. Like, shit, you got time to talk about crime in Philadelphia. Why you not talking about crime in the entire fucking state of Louisiana? See, you talking cities versus states. And when you say that to conservatives, you know what they say? You're comparing apples to oranges. And you know what you say to that? You're right. Why are we just looking at cities? If a whole state is crime ridden, isn't that a bigger problem? We should be looking at that. Call their asses out. Nothing changes, y'all, until you call them out on their hypocrisy. Because you know why? The MAGA hear that shit. And then MAGA, a lot of them, they don't have the wherewithal or the ability to think through it all the way as they should. But you can give them enough to cause enough confusion. Because then they go, yeah, how come Trump didn't send the National Guard to Alabama? Somebody stole my riding lawnmower and nobody did nothing. That needs to be the real conversation. Conservatives for years have been saying, look over there, look over there. I love that liberals are finally saying, no, bitch, we looking right here. I told y'all, somebody got to come at them the way they coming at everybody else. Oh, thank you all so much for tapping that like button. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to wrap up about 11 because that's when I'm wrapping up. Because look, I got to do some domestic stuff too. I got to be domestic, especially because don't forget, we're having our movie discussion about the movie Run tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on TikTok. Okay? So if you haven't watched it yet, make sure you watch it and come on over here with us at 5 p.m. tomorrow Eastern Standard Time to talk about that movie because we have great movie discussions. Then, don't forget, I told y'all I put the information up this morning in my Patreon about all of those companies that you can go sign up for to do market research studies. They will pay you money. They'll just interview you. And they'll pay you to talk to you. Oh, let me go back real quick and address this from Missy. Yes, it's run from 2020. And hold on, I could tell you the platforms that it was on because somebody mentioned that in one of these. Hold on. I could tell you what platform it's on. It's on Hulu right now, Disney Plus. Probably if you find some of the free movie apps, Freevee, check Freevee and see if it's there. That's another app you can try. So that's the movie we're discussing tomorrow. But I was saying again, go over and check out the Patreon. The link is in my bio. There are companies who will pay you for just to talk to you. They want your opinion, your honest, unfiltered opinion, and they will pay you money for that. Okay? But they don't give you cash. They give you gift cards, so you ain't got to claim it on your taxes. But you can get those gift cards moved over to, and it's Visa gift cards, cash cards. And you can combine cash cards and use them to pay for other things. Pay your bills. Do your Christmas shopping. So that shit ain't got to come out your pocket. Go over to the Patreon. Check out that. Matter of fact, I'm going to pin that post right now because it's not pinned. It's at the top because I haven't posted anything else but that this morning. But I'm going to pin it. I just pinned it. Check it out. Sign up for these study companies. Complete your profiles. Complete your profiles. In a couple of weeks, sometimes a couple of days, sometimes a couple of weeks, you'll start getting emails. When you get those emails, you need to reply as soon as you get them to complete the questionnaire. That's them trying to narrow it down. If you get selected, they call you. If they think that they want to call you to verify that you are who you say you are and that your answers match what you put in the questionnaire, it matches when they call you. So don't lie. Okay? Don't lie. I told y'all, I made a couple hundred bucks doing a Love and Hip Hop interview where they wanted to just ask me about Love and Hip Hop. They showed me some Love and Hip Hop. They showed us some Love and Hip Hop promo videos. They asked us our opinions about things. They asked us questions. They saw how we responded when looking at things. That was it. And I did it all from the comfort of my own home. That's it. Okay? So I just wanted to mention that to y'all. I don't make any money from that, from referring you guys to that. That's not why I'm telling you about it. I'm telling you about it because I know people need more money right now. And I use it as a way to make extra money. And they're always looking for more people because they never have enough people that are willing to participate in these things. Because I think most people think it's fake, and it's not. This shit is real. You don't have to pay no money out of pocket. So if anybody asks you, you got to pay this, that's bullshit. Leave that alone. These other, all them companies I gave you, you don't have to pay nothing. They don't want you to pay. They want your opinion, and they'll pay you for it. Russ, not you watching college football today because Trump said he fixed it so it'll be better. Now that Taylor Swift is going to marry Travis Kelce, I wonder if Trump's going to tell everybody they can't watch foosball no more because of Taylor Swift. Because you know Trump don't like Taylor Swift. Not that Taylor gives any fucks about what Trump thinks about her. She could care less. She don't care about Trump. She left all the way to the fucking bank. Every time Trump talk about her, it just make her more money. Look, Cheap Chicky said, if y'all hate Trump, please follow me. I'm tired of Trumpers following me. Go follow Cheap Tricky. Cheap Tricky says she needs some follows. Yeah, I get followed by a lot of Trumpers too. Quiet as kept. I have Trumpers that send me video gifts. Know how I know? Because TikTok tell me. Now explain to me, y'all, why somebody would send somebody a video gift they don't like. Who does that? Who does that? MAGA. Because I don't follow no MAGA. You understand? I don't follow no MAGA at all. Not none. Yeah, I guess it's because I'm funny. But see, this is the thing. Even being funny, I still don't get it. Yeah, they do love me. They love me. And I don't get, well, you know what? I think that they're into the S&M thing. They like that I talk about. They're like, please, 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 thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, only Howard Stern fans will get that. Thank you, 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 mistress. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Man, every time he plays that audio, I howl in my car. I howl in my car every time Howard plays that shit. That shit makes me howl. They're always fighting themselves. That's why conservatives are always fighting you. You think that's what it is, Zarvis? They love my brown skin. I'm convinced they do. They do. I told y'all conservative men love liberal women because conservative women are shaped funny. Don't nobody want nobody shaped like Kristi Noem, walking with them legs all thrown out like she got a member in the middle or something. Don't nobody want that. Kristi Noem got some broad ass shoulders to be as thin as she is. She kind of built like a Tesla. You know, like the Tesla logo? She kind of built like that. Just real big and upside down triangle. That's why it's like that. But they love liberal women. But me being me, I don't want no conservative man getting close to me. What they say, when a man touch you that you don't like, it feel like a roach crawled on you. Ew. I'm sorry, Charlie. I'm sorry. But Kristi Noem is built funny. And Sarah Huckabee Sanders, don't think I don't see you over there with your funny built ass. You not safe either, beloved. I didn't mention you, but I have now. You ain't safe either. Talk about being with... Listen. Sometimes it's bad when your daddy got strong genes. I'm so glad I didn't come out looking like my daddy or built like him. Thank you, Mama. My God. Because Sarah Huckabee Sanders, honey. What Cardi say in that trial? She's built like she can protect a building. I'm like, okay. When Cardi did that on the stand, Cardi said, I was like, listen, bitch. See, Cardi is just her. You know what I mean? And I don't think she's going to lose that case. I think she's going to win that case. She's going to win. Say it again. She's security heavy. And the saddest part is those who know. When she said it, when she said security heavy, I went, oh, okay, so she a big one. Like, you just kind of knew what she meant. You knew what she meant when she said it. Like, you didn't even have to be in the courtroom to see the girl. You knew what she meant when she said that shit. It's like, oh, okay, so that's a big chick then. Because Cardi ain't that big. Cardi's a tiny little thing. She tiny. She tiny. So if she was pregnant at the time, right, because she was still with her husband at the time, so she's pregnant at the time, she a tiny little thing. Man, when she said that, she looks like she can secure a building. I was like, my God, this girl, Cardi is the gift that keeps on giving. But this woman is suing Cardi for $25 million. $25 million. Girl, if you don't get your ass up and go to work. I put up a video on my other account about that the other day. I said, listen, all y'all who keep clout chasing these damn celebrities to get a quick paycheck. Listen, these celebrities they've started to wise up. And I agree that Cardi should not settle. Because settling only makes them think it's just going to bring more to you. So your best bet is to take their ass to court. Take their ass to court. And make them pay you for wasting your fucking time. You would have thought that people would have learned from that Tasha K debacle. They ain't learned nothing yet. They ain't learned nothing yet. And apparently this happened years ago. But even if it did happen, $25 million. Usually when somebody got to pay you, right? It's because it's a loss of wages. That security guard wasn't never going to make $25 million in her fucking lifetime. She wasn't never going to make $25 million in her lifetime policing no fucking buildings. Now you want a quick payday for an interaction with a celebrity. That shit weird. That shit weird. Cardi said, I was going to get my cat checked. This big bitch following me around in the building, I didn't know what was going on. Yep, she gonna have to pay her own lawyers. She gonna have to pay Cardi's lawyers. That lady is gonna be out of a lot of fucking money. A lot of fucking money. That's what's gonna happen to her. She's just gonna be out of a lot of money. You did all of that shit clout chasing. And at the end of it all, she ain't gonna end up with nothing. Nothing. See, Cardi, like, you know, Cardi petty. She petty like 50 Cent. Like, no, I'm not going to just pay. I'm not. Let's take their ass to court. Because, see, Cardi got money to come to court. She got money to come to court. She is doing this in the middle of promoting a new album, going through a divorce. She doing all this at the same time. Like, nah, fuck that shit. Bitch, you're not going to come just take my money. Cardi's not going to settle, though. I agree with you. Yeah, I have loved Cardi's personality since loving hip-hop. You know what I find the most interesting thing about Cardi B? So many people on Love and Hip Hop claim they was coming there to do their music, this, that, and the other. She's the only one that actually came there for the purpose of doing that and made it happen. She's not, I didn't read that as she's pregnant again, Cassie B. She's not pregnant right now. Cardi's not pregnant. She was pregnant at the time that incident happened some years ago. But she's not, I don't think she's pregnant right now. Is she pregnant right now? She is. Oh, Lord. By who? Who is she pregnant by? Oh, Lord. These young girls, they built different. You can't pay me to use my uterus as a motherfucking stepping stone for some motherfucking man. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Okay, now I'm reading. Okay, it says Cardi B responds to comments that say she's pregnant. Cardi says, am I? Cardi ain't pregnant. She not pregnant. She not pregnant. She ain't pregnant by that football player. She not pregnant. Cardi B actually said, look, 30 weeks pregnant? No, you stupid bitch. Cardi said that to a fan. She said, I'm just fuck out of breath because I have asthma. So Cardi says she is not pregnant. She says, stop being funny. She said, before you get blocked, because I guess she was doing a live. She said, it's a stupid ass comment. Don't put that shit on me, bitch. Yeah, Cardi not pregnant. Cardi is not pregnant. I'm gonna let y'all hear it. Hold on, here it is.
It's gonna be a very busy week, and it's like we're 30 weeks pregnant. No, you stupid bitch. I'm just fucking out of breath because I got asthma, not because of that bitch. Shut the fuck up. Always a motherfucker trying to be motherfucking funny in this bitch. Stop fucking being fucking funny in this bitch before you get motherfucking blocked, bitch. Now put your motherfucking ass on a motherfucking pothole. Stupid ass comment. Don't put that shit on me, bitch.
Cardi said, no, ma'am. Don't you put that on me. Don't you put that on me. Cardi said, no, ma'am. I'm out here living my best life, but I am not. I repeat, I am not pregnant right now. And I don't think she is. I don't think she is. Hey, dear Abby, I don't think she's pregnant. I don't think she's pregnant. I don't think she's pregnant. This shit is crazy, man. This stuff is crazy, man. Again, y'all. And look, I'm trying to see. Look, I'm checking before we wrap up this morning. Because I want to see if anybody's seen Trump yet. Okay. All right. So we can squash the rumors, y'all. So, okay, I'm looking at a picture. Trump is alive and well. What they say? Aww. Aww. Yeah. Right. He's been sighted on a golf course. I'm looking at a picture of him. It's not a good looking one, but I'm looking at a picture of him where he has on, no, this has to be an old picture though, because they just said this morning on another thing that he had a white shirt on and black pants. And in this picture, he got on khakis. So I'm still not trusting it. The White House is saying he's golfing today, but nobody has seen him yet. So I'm still gonna wait. Yep, I'm still gonna wait. Yep. Until I see a current picture for today. Yeah, yeah. Mm-mm. Yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah, I'm going to wait until I actually see an updated picture. Have I watched the Katrina documentary on Netflix? No, I have not watched that yet. I need to. I started to, and then I said, no, I don't want to feel like that right this second. And I didn't watch it. Because Hurricane Katrina, that was some tough shit to watch. That was tough. I remember her. Hurricane Katrina was so horrible how that happened. And this is a great thing to wrap up on tonight. One of the things that's important to note with all of this, with Hurricane Katrina, that was Republican leadership too. Oh, wow, Karen, you were a victim of Katrina. I'm sorry to hear that. That was failed Republican leadership again. That was a failed government again. Now, it was some local shit too. It was some local shit that happened too. Don't get me wrong. I know that. However, the federal government, see, what people forget is, at the time, George H.W. Bush, he put one of his friends in charge of FEMA, Michael Brown. I'll never forget his name because of how horrible he was for FEMA. That man dealt with horses before he was appointed to FEMA. See, Republicans been hooking up their little friends for a long time, putting them in jobs that they frankly not qualified to. They've been doing DEI hiring forever, okay? So they put this man in place in FEMA. Hurricane Katrina comes, that man ain't know what the fuck to do. Yep, and he sure did tell him, Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. People were dying on the streets. People were hungry. They didn't have water. People were stranded on roofs. If it wasn't for the community coming together, they wouldn't have even gotten the help that they did get because the federal government abandoned them and forgot about them. America, y'all forgot about Hurricane Katrina. Your government did that shit. I don't understand how y'all forgot about that. See, I never forgot. That's why when I saw that documentary thing pop up on Netflix, I was like, I don't know if I'm ready to watch that just yet. I'm going to watch it. But that shit was cruel. Those people suffered. That Superdome, man, that's the type of shit you see in a third world country. But that was America. The richest nation in the land. America. 2025, y'all forgot the Republicans, left you stranded before, and they still gonna leave you stranded. Now you ain't got no FEMA at all. That's the crazy thing. America is a third world country. We ain't as free and grand as we'd like to pretend to be. We ain't as free and grand as we pretend to be. Because we could certainly be better, but we choose not to be. Yeah, they love that we suffered. See, people forgot when black people were trying to go over the bridge, how they sent the fucking police department to stop them and send them back. No, you're not coming over here in these white neighborhoods so that you don't die. I remember that. I remember. So that's why when people say racism dead, no, I remember that shit. Those people wanted to live. And then police said, no, these white people don't want you over here. I don't think the levees were hit, Tiffany. Those levees were broken by the storm. That storm was bad. And the levees broke. Honestly, the levees broke. They really did. Because it's not like America puts a lot of money into their fucking infrastructure. See, y'all forget that part. America doesn't put a lot of money into its infrastructure. It only does it when a disaster happens. It only does it when a disaster happens. When a disaster ain't happening, they say, well, it don't make sense to put money into that. They want to give the money to rich people. Yep, they knew those levees needed work, but nobody cared enough to put the money there. It wasn't until they broke, and they had no choice. They had no choice. See, as long as these people have the choice of ignoring it, acting like it didn't happen, they'll do just that. Yep, and to your point, Kim, until Joe Biden, we hadn't put money into infrastructure since the New Deal. Republicans don't want to put money into infrastructure. If you just take a road trip across America, you'll see how bad our infrastructure is. You'll see how bad the roads are, the bridges are. It's bad. It's bad. Because America doesn't put money into that type of shit. I'm not surprised that Donald Trump and Republicans are trying to undo Biden's infrastructure bill because they don't believe in investing in America. Y'all should be concerned about driving over some of these bridges in America. Those bridges were built in the 50s. Those bridges were built in 1950, in the 60s. America doesn't like infrastructure anymore. Infrastructure creates jobs, but they don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. No, instead, they want tax breaks for rich people to build townhomes in your community that started at $500,000. Yep, Skyway Bridge collapsed in the 80s. Yep, in Florida, in Tampa. But folks forget because either they weren't alive when it happened. People just don't learn their history. It's so many Americans that don't know the history of this country, why you have unions, why you have real infrastructure. Because it happened through blood, sweat, and tears on the backs of other people, on the backs of victims, or of other. Folks don't understand that. This shit don't just poof out of thin air. It's from lessons learned. And somewhere along the way in America, we forget about learning any of those fucking lessons. Yet, say it again, Kim, not enough people ask why. That's crazy to me. That not enough people ask why. They should be. They should be. Like, I'm going to tell you something else that I'm catching. How Joe Rogan, have y'all noticed that? How Joe Rogan all of a sudden got his wake-up call? Fuck Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan has a shitload of money, so he can afford to get it wrong. But you led so many working class people into a situation that they ain't gonna have no out. They don't have the money for oopsie, I'm sorry. They don't have the money for that. But now Joe Rogan's mom, I was lied to. No, you weren't fucking lied to. Joe Rogan's full of shit. He wasn't lied to. Joe Rogan helped push propaganda, and he knows it. What it is he's losing that fucking audience. You know what you should do, Kim? When you have a conversation with your son, ask your son why he idolizes Joe Rogan. What does Joe Rogan do or have that he would like? Because we tend to idolize people we want to be, right? Ask him. Ask him. And what does he say, Kim? Is it money? You know, what could it be? Because I don't take Joe Rogan seriously. Because that's the guy that used to host Fear Factor. So to me, I go, wow, I can't take him seriously. Yeah, I know it ain't looks either, Kiki. So I don't take Joe Rogan seriously. Why should I listen to him? What makes him an authority on anything? It's not like he's some very well-educated guy. It'd be different if he had a lot of education. He doesn't. I don't have anything in common with Joe Rogan. Like, I can't relate to him. So me personally, he's an anti-vaxxer. No, he isn't. He'll push anti-vax propaganda. I can guarantee you Joe Rogan gets them pokes. Trump was against shit too, but he still got it. These people are full of shit. I'm telling you. They tell you not to do it. That don't mean they won't do it. That don't mean they won't make sure their kids won't do it. Y'all can keep on believing that shit if y'all want to. Yeah, you're right, Renee. Biden's American Rescue Plan did save a lot of pension funds. But you know what? I'm glad that Trump is busting them up and destroying every single one of them. Fuck them people. I don't care. I don't care. I really don't care. What Joe Rogan is really concerned about, I'm going to tell you, what Joe Rogan is really concerned about is he's losing his influence. Why? Because his audience is going broke. And it's hard for them to rationalize that what Rogan is saying is right when I'm going more and more broke. And Kim, you say you're working on him. He's living back at home now. Good. Yep. Yeah. And it's really easy to get indoctrinated when you're isolated in that bubble, right? It's really, really easy. Well, I know why RFK Jr.'s kids are vaccinated, because his ex-wife and his wife don't fucking listen to him. His ex-wife don't listen to him. That's why. She know he a hack too. She know he a hack too. No, I'll research about Cancer Alley in Louisiana. Soon as I hit the Googles, it knew exactly what I was talking about. And I'll dig into that today. I'm going to dig into that, because that's not a coincidence. That makes me think of, what's that movie that Julia Roberts did? I just watched it like about 2 weeks ago because it was on TV. You know, the one where she was the lady, you know, what's the name of that movie? And it was about the cancer stuff and the power lines. I forget. Oh, you say this is a documentary? I'll watch it. Erin Brockovich. Yep, it reminds me of that. It reminds me of that. And they say Cancer Alley stretches approximately 85 miles long along the Mississippi River between Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and New Orleans, Louisiana. That's not an accident. That's not an accident. I'm going to look at that. I love stuff like that. And they say it's due to the playgrounds. Oh, I can't wait to watch this. Look, but I got to watch Run first. I didn't watch it yesterday. I got to watch it today. Oh, the black areas. No surprise. No surprise. That's no surprise. That's no surprise. I thank y'all for joining me today. Look, we've had a great discussion this morning. So much so, I forgot that look, it's after 11. Look, it's going on 11:30. That I forgot that I was stopping at 11. And I'll read this to y'all as we're wrapping up. No, I'm just gonna post that. I'll post that as a meme because I don't want to accidentally get a strike. I thank y'all for joining me today. Oh my goodness, we got over 200,000 likes. I wasn't even looking up there. Thank y'all. Listen, I love this community. We are so awesome to one another. So awesome to one another. Oh, Zarvis, you said they're surrounded by, you follow a guy here on TikTok that's surrounded by plants, and no telling what it's putting out around those people, man. We've had a great time. Listen, don't forget to watch Run today, okay? Because in preparation for us discussing it tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. I don't usually do Sunday afternoon lives, but that's what we picked, the date and time for us to talk about it. So that's when we're going to talk about it tomorrow, okay? I thank you all so much for being here. We got over 200,000 lives today, over 200 shares today. We got gifts today. I thank you all so much for everything. I thank you the most for the engagement and the time that you spend with me. Renee, the movie is Run, came out in 2020. They say it's on Hulu, on Disney Plus. I would tell you also to check Freevee and see if you can find it there too. But that's the one that we're watching. And we're going to discuss it tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Listen, before I wrap up this morning, I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters because y'all know I do this every live. I can't shout out everybody because it would be longer than the live, but just know I appreciate you. Okay? I appreciate you. Even if you sent a single rose. Hey, pennies add up to dollars, so I appreciate that. I don't turn my nose down and be like, I'm too good. No, I ain't too good. Not at all. So I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters before we wrap up this morning. Beautiful Stacy D, thank you, beautiful. Number 2, beautiful Kiana Black, thank you, beautiful. Number 3, beautiful Cassie B, thank you, beautiful. Number 4, handsome Russ Nelson, one of my day ones. Thank you, Russ. Thank you, handsome. Number 5, beautiful, my dog is Charlie. Thank you, beautiful, and thank you for helping me with moderation today. And a special shout out to beautiful Shannon Marie. Thank you, beautiful, for all of your support. I thank each and every one of you. I will see you here this afternoon, live at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, we're going to have a good time discussing some more things. I'm going to get to digging into some more stuff today and hope that we can see the president, because I'm looking for his ass. Where you at? Where you at, son? And show me your ankles. That's the only way I can know that you are who you say you are. Right? Thank you so much, Nazarene. I love you guys. I'll see you this afternoon. I want you to have a great Saturday, and I know you will, right? And I'm going to remind you, don't you let nobody live rent-free in your head. Don't you feed the trolls, and you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. Peace, you guys. I'll see you at 5 o'clock. Bye-bye. Look, I tried to be smooth, but I missed the button. Bye. Bye, you guys.